That crypto. I got that ripple. Yeah, I'm slanging Tron all day long. And you better believe I'm about to short some Bitcoin. Yeah, that's right. I'ma go and short some Bitcoin every day and every night. Cause right now it's a bearish market. There ain't nothing in sight. Where the money at? Where's my fucking money? Where the money at? Where's my money at? Where the money at? Where the money at? Where the money at? My Bitcoin. Where's the money at, yo? I need to go meditate or something. I think I should go stand in this corner. I just keep looking at the Satoshi number in my wallet and I don't know what to do. Oh my God, this is bad.
Listen up, kids, and stop your clicks. You gotta kick it with the D-A-double-D-D-Y quick. If you wanna be a baller, then you gotta do like this. You gotta shorter while it's hot and then you're living like a pimp. Bitcoin bleeding with the sins they call them ripples. Buying dipples, sucking nipples. Drawn living like a space age player. Cardano flinging paper. Home invader, it's alt season, baby. Shit is scary. Iota looking like a young Halle Berry. Monero sneaking in like Mr. Steal Your Girl. Luminary daddy stacking comments like they're pearls. I'm buying and I'm selling and I'm blowing up the serves. Illuminati, crypto naughty, fucking the whole world. I'm lightning fast and crypto rich, so hot I start to burn. Too many coins to stop. Word. Plugging alts on Binance while I'm shorting on the Max. First so bad to do this, but I know it's for the best. I sell into the fiat while I flip the BTC. What you thought I switched, bitch? I'm fucking coin daddy.
How much money can you make in a day? Let's play. I got that crypto. I got that ripple. Yeah, I'm slanging Tron all day long. And you better believe I'm about to short some Bitcoin. Yeah, that's right. I'ma go and short some Bitcoin every day and every night. Cause right now it's a bearish market. There ain't nothing in sight. Where the money at? Where's my fucking money? Where the money at? Where's my money at? Where the money at? Where the money at? Where the money at? My Bitcoin. Where's the money at, yo?
Coin daddy, crypto naughty, young Satoshi. Daddy Bitcoin's back, baby. Woo! It's alt season, baby. King. Alt season, baby. Bitcoin forever. Where my money at? Coinbase. Where the fuck's my Bitcoin cash? I swear to God, man, I'm gonna burn this whole motherfucker to the ground. And I'm fucking upset. Cause I'm straight out of Coinbase. Brian Armstrong, you played the game wrong. Tried to string us along. I'ma light your ass up like you ain't never seen. You did the dirty deed working with the S2X team. Cause you're hanging out with Via Cabal and Noble Grass while your customers ask for that Bitcoin cash, but you won't give it. Don't have it. January. Meanwhile, BCH is in the mortuary. Would've had 2 chances to sell, but instead you sold it all for yourselves. Said you had best interest at heart, but all I hear out your mouth is certainty and doubt. It's the sound of monopoly, sound of monopoly. Where the fuck else am I bossing Bitcoin properly? Waiting on Andreas Antonopoulos to rescue me, but all I see are bodies. Brian Armstrong's enemies like Charlie Lee. Satoshi lied, they didn't do him right, they threw him away when he slipped out the con. Litecoin not as profitable as Ethereum was. It doesn't matter, here's some money, keep your fucking mouth shut. It's the sound of monopoly, sound of monopoly. Where the fuck else can I buy some Bitcoin properly? Kraken? You smoking Kraken? You know Coinbase is the only place, so here's my balls. Now you got them. Straight out of Coinbase.
Coinbase operates by the principle that our customers should get fucked to the greatest extent possible from hard forks or other unexpected events. Sincerely,
It's the sound of monopoly, sound of monopoly. Where the fuck else am I bossing Bitcoin properly? Waiting on Andreas Antonopoulos to rescue me, but all I see are bodies. Brian Armstrong's enemies. The sound of monopoly, sound of monopoly. Where the fuck else can I buy some Bitcoin properly? Kraken? You smoking Kraken? You know Coinbase is the only place, so here's my balls. Now you got 'em. Straight out of Coinbase. be January 31st. You know, I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do with it, so you know I'm probably just gonna leave it there. Trade out a coin.
But I had a Bitcoin Cash, but instead I'm holding the bag. Said you had my interest at heart. All I hear, uncertainty and doubt. Sound of monopoly, 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 sound of monopoly.
You still got your boombox? Play something and turn it way up.
I'ma make it back on my cell phone, PC, or Mac. Bitcoin to 100 racks. 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 Investments, I'ma make it back on my cell phone, PC, or Mac. Bitcoin to 100 racks. 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 Got rich on crypto, man, so you can't tell me where the money is. Blockchain got me ballin' hard like I'm Dennis Rodman. This is where I crew music. Use a flip or use a dolphin. I just left Miami, but I had a gang of options. I've been going hard lately. I'm the crypto David Goggins. Full speed ahead, man. I don't plan on stopping. I'm logged in. Dripping so much sauce, I need a napkin. What's happening? Everything you share don't need.
Hey, gang. Shout out Crown Chakra for that hot jam. I'm gonna make a Hive post for just like hot blockchain music. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of that, so we're gonna get learnt on crypto today. I'm sorry about the stream quality. I don't know why it just took like a mega dump. It's taking a huge dump right now. I'm sorry about that. I don't know how to fix it. I'm sorry, Charlie. I wish I could fix it, Charlie. Stream just decided to dump on me, and quality is becoming bad. But today stream, we're gonna get learnt on crypto. I'm gonna be covering some social media blockchains, specifically the Hive blockchain. I might talk about the other ones that also exist as well, but today's topic is the Hive blockchain. So that's the main one, and then we're also gonna go through some YouTubers around the DGen blockchain, around the DGen blockchain, DGen cipher. I don't know what we're gonna call it. But we're going to go look at some YouTubers of different varieties and try to build a macro picture. I tweeted the word macro the other day, and it's, you know, figuring out the bigger picture. What's the big picture of things. So I won't just be talking to you guys like this the entire time. I will be using my bit character, who looks just like me. Yeah. While we're checking out these things, feel free to make a clip during today's stream. If you make a clip during today's stream, it's a dope clip of like some of the information we're covering. Maybe we'll do a drip giveaway. Need to be in our drip team already, but drop your address along with that clip in our Discord and the Quartermaster channel if you're already in our drip team, and we'll do a drip giveaway. Or join the drip team and then do that, because drips, you know, may be worth it for a clip today. Good God. You gotta send at least one drip to somebody. So I wanted to start this thing off by looking at the Hive blockchain, as I was saying before. Let me pop this boy up. Boink. Here's my full screen. Let me make it full screen. And over. So here we are, looking at the Hive. I'm gonna try to push this cord in and see if that helps anything. Like, is that gonna help? Is that gonna help anything? If I go out there and one of these damn dogs is chewing on my cord, I'm gonna be so pissed. I'm gonna be ridiculously pissed. But here we're looking at MMG Camaraderie's post. Somebody tried to flag it as like being bad for something. I don't know why I got a downvote. But when I looked at here, there was like a comment. There's always some type of loser like this on the Hive blockchain, quite honestly. Somebody that thinks they're being just and is actually probably just attacking somebody that doesn't know what they're doing. But we have a new attendant at Money Match Gaming to post on the Hive blockchain. Start learning about how to post crypto related content or just any type of content and get rewarded cryptocurrency for doing so. I'm going to follow Camaraderie here. Yay. And Camaraderie's done so. We've given him a little vote he poo. I'm not seeing anything from that vote. I gave him 50%, but our vote might be low right now. depending on whatchamacallit, how many other people we voted on, and then also I don't know how big this downvote that some jackass gave them was. But we're giving them incentives to do that, to start learning this stuff so that we can have another funnel or method of rewarding our moderators and our community here at Money Match Gaming, and also just teaching them more about blockchain and whatnot. So during today's stream, I'm using Peak D UI interface for the Hive blockchain, but during the stream as well, I think I'm going to try to write a little post, and you know, we'll figure out some things. And I think I'm going to title this something like "The market is down, but what happens next?" Okay, so that'll be like my title. Actually, I'm going to put that up top then, boom, and maybe starting to, yeah. In crypto and traditional. Oh, I'm like, why is influencers not a word yet? Like, I'm pretty sure it was like the Times word one of these years. Okay, so there's that. I'm gonna save the draft so far. Probably change the way that looks and stuff like that. And for MMG people that are doing this and you're new, consider doing either hashtag intro Deuce myself at the top, or just without the hashtag. I think it's with the hashtag that I think you want to do. Hashtag introduce myself at the top. That'll probably be the safest way. And then whenever you're doing the hashtags, it's like down here, I believe. Go ahead and make sure that you also do, you know, hashtag introduce myself in the hashtags, which I think is at this portion. It might be in the very next portion. But make sure you throw those in there. You can even throw another thing that you can do on Hive to make sure that you get that in there. So you can actually throw the hashtags into the post itself, introduce myself. And when you do that, it counts as like the bottom hashtags actually. This like counts as one of your posts can like technically have like 5 hashtags in it. And this counts as like one of those hashtags. You can probably have more than that in a sense now, but those first 5 will go into this thing. I think it's included it, or increased to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe it was always 7. But yeah, that's how that works. This is pretty simple. This interface is made to still be kind of blogish, but you know, there's other interfaces that look a little bit more YouTube-ish or a little bit more Instagram-ish, but you can find these applications. We'll get into that later, or more later. We were just listening to Crown Chakra again, also some CoinDaddy and some Team Hodl. Those are the only ones we have playing right there. I'm going to go through this list of videos that I have on our watch later, queued up, switch the scene, and we're going to start getting learnt on this crypto stuff. What is this cryptocurrency? I'm gonna start getting learnt on some of these things. I have a few videos stacked up here for us, not today, not a whole bunch, but we do have something about the Manor Farm and Drip from, I forget who this is, like Passive Income Guy or something like that. Best Passive Income Pro. I think this is like his actual name for his channel. But yeah, don't listen to him too often, so we put that in there. Tyler S, who's a Bitcoin, Cardano maximalist, I would say, trader, chart analyst, Crypto, probably one of the more popular chart analyst traders for energy, really. Altcoin Daily likes to read the cryptocurrency news for folks, and then premiering right now. Figure if there was time for it, we'll probably get to it later, or maybe not at all. Maybe we'll stop in for just a second. DJ Khaled on social media marketing, being a mogul, ghost kitchens, and more. This is on Earn Your Leisure. It's a new channel I've been listening to a bit lately. But we're going to go through these videos. It should take like 15-20 minutes or so. Give our opinion about things. Consider changing our entire PeakD post to blockchain music. And I really want to do that one more. So, but yeah, let's start this playlist off. We're gonna learn about the Manor Farm and drip. They're gonna probably talk about drip within this as well. Yeah, and of course we're listening to everything at 2x speed. So let's make sure it's changed already. It is cool. So hopefully you can hang in there with us for the 2x speed. A lot of information coming at you here. I'm gonna start this off. Before we do each one of these, I'm gonna take my time with these. Best passive income programs online is the name of this person. So I'm not doing an introduce myself. Let's just call it a video. And I think I had like 4. Oops. How many should we do? I'm gonna type it out now almost, and then like once we get to like if we're breaking that number, we know we've done too many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think you could do like 8 without it being too many. 6, 7, 8's like a good number. 8. Get to 10. It's like you really made a list, didn't you? 8 or 7. And those are good numbers for also creating a post when we create this post at the end too. For it. So this is thoughts on the Drip Garden best passive income programs online. Is this guy's name? Here we go.
Guys, what's going on? Jamie here. Just wanted to do another quick video for you guys. Got some new dApps that I'll talk about. Speaking to the developer last night when they launched them, and they just hit me up again. I've been meaning to do this video. I actually wanted to do it last night, but had some things that came up. Good thing is, it doesn't really matter when you come into this contract. It's not a miner. It's more of a farm. Of course, that being said, if you can get in earlier, it's better than getting in later. So we'll talk about that in a second here. Of course, it goes without saying that everything I talk about on my channel is for entertainment purposes only. I'm certainly not giving you any type of financial advice. You should do your own research, do your own due diligence. You decide to get in. Make sure you only put in what you can afford to lose. Before we go into those dApps, guys, real quick, this is what's launching on Thursday. If you've been following what's been going on with not only Drip, but more than Manor Farm, there are a couple of different moving parts to this. So again, there are some people that are a little bit confused. This Thursday, what's launching is the Drip Liberation and the Drip Garden. After that, on January 4th, they're going to launch the farm. Okay, so why did they stagger the launch and not launch everything at the same time? I think it was a smart move because they want to give each part of this platform, its own time, not only to shine, but so people can not get confused. When you launch too many things at the same time, it can get quite confusing. So, instead of launching the farm, launching the pools, launching the Liberation, launching the garden, they decided to launch the Liberation and the garden first. And then 2 weeks later, they're going to launch the farm. Now, after that, they're going to launch the layer 2 down the road. So we'll talk about those things as we get closer. Right now, I do want to just bring this to your attention that the garden and the Liberation is going to launch. Now, if you're going to get involved with this, definitely want to encourage you to go through the white paper. White paper is 25 pages. A lot of it goes into the Rev token and the farm. But if you want to focus in on the Liberation and the garden, you can go to page 9. Actually page 10, but page 9 talks about the partnership Drip. Now again, it's a separate platform than the Faucet. You don't have to get involved with one to get involved with the other.
All right, and so for those that aren't curious, well, you're learning a lot right now. Hopefully, we've talked about both of these Drip and the Manor Farm quite extensively here on Money Match Game. We talk about it quite a bit. Not so much the Manor Farm just because it's a newer farm coming out, but I do refer to the Manor Farm almost every day on stream now, as well as Drip, where we're actually gonna go and check out Money Match Gaming's Drip account. And I don't think we'll start making that blog for today, but there is a blog we need to make for that as well.
When it comes to passive platforms, the more the better, right? So this is the partnership, guys. This Drip will be a major promotional vehicle for the farm. Drip Network brings the farm immediate exposure to thousands of investors, depositors, whatever you want to call them. This is something I've been talking about now for a while. Drip will see a spike in demand as a new use case is introduced, as well as through shared promotion. The farm will incentivize farmers to add BUSD liquidity to Drip, giving Drip price appreciation, as well as a deeper level of decentralization and stability. So again, when people put BUSD into the Liberation, half of that will go into buying Drip, which is going to create an LP token. So that in and of itself causes the price of Drip to pump, right? At least on paper, right? And then but the fact that it's paired with a stability token or stable token, BUSD, it should decrease volatility. Not that volatility is bad. Some of you guys like volatility. Actually, you like volatility when it's going up. You don't like volatility when it's going down. But you can't have one without the other. But there are people that just like the coin to be somewhat stable, and they get their 1% from the Faucet. So this is going to help those people. Again, I'm not going to read this word for word. You should go through this. This is the Drip Liberation. It's going to allow you to create the LP token without going to PancakeSwap and paying the 10% transaction fee. And then this is the Garden, formerly known as the Miner. Now, if you're in miners or if you've been in miners, then this is going to be pretty familiar, right? The Drip Garden produces 3% daily. It's going to start off at 3% daily, and then it's going to change and fluctuate depending on if you're compounding, if you're withdrawing. You are going to get rewarded if you compound more. But again, if you're familiar with miners, you probably already know that. Now, it says here that there's something in the algorithm that will allow people to, it's not, you don't have to get in at the very second it launches. You can get in a little bit later and you should be okay. However, as with anything in crypto, it always pays to get in the sooner the better, right? For this, here talks about the sustainability. Whoops, what happened? Did I just lose that? Oh well, let me go back. Here's the sustainability, right? It says your existing miner protocols are designed for the first person who enters the contract and deposit 1% of the capital without enough buying power to withdraw almost all of the capital which comes in after it. It's an unfair system. The Drip Garden is a true game where all players start out relatively equal, and what determines your payout is how often you compound versus how often you withdraw. Okay, and then of course, as I already mentioned, it even says here in the white paper, it is still, however, best to get in early. So again, this thing launches on Thursday. We'll talk a little bit more about it as we get closer to that. I will leave a link down below. It's on BSC, of course, just like Drip. But yeah, that's what's coming up here in the next couple of days. So let me switch over to Crow real quick. Let me switch over to Kronos Network. Okay. Head on over to VVS Finance. Now I am farming a little bit here on VVS Finance. I'm going to withdraw the VVS here because this new DApp that I'm going to show you takes a VVS. But if you aren't interested in putting in VVS, there's the same identical DApp that takes a wrapped Crow. Okay, so let me go ahead and harvest this right here. I have my VVS in several different farms. I'm going to go ahead and take this out to show you how this works. Pretty straightforward. Again, if you've been on these farmers over on BSC, this is no different. But again, the developer did hit me up about this yesterday, and I'm pretty confident with platforms that he puts out because he's launched several different miners, several different ROI contracts in the past, and they've always done pretty well, assuming you get in at the beginning, right? If you get in on the tail end of anything, it's never going to be a good thing. So if you can get in on the beginning, and he's created several different platforms already that have done well in the past. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and throw some VVS into this thing. So give me 1 second. Let me just make sure this thing is running. Okay, good. All right, so I was able to harvest that, and I'm going to head on over to right here. It's called My Kronos Yield Farm or something like that. Let me just connect it. Okay, so this launched last night, still very new. As you can see here, you can get 7.8% all the way up to 17% daily. It's not a miner, right? So again, you don't have to get in at the very, very second it launches. However, it is an ROI contract, so the earlier you can get in, the better. So with this, let me see. Give me 1 second. Let me just see here. Right, so I have 8.6 million BVS. Sounds like a lot. It's like 600. It's almost $600, right?
I'm not a bit.
So I'm gonna type that in, the deposit amount.
And I'm more skeptical of these type of contracts and stuff like that. Like where, like, I mean, like as he was saying, it's about developer trust. Are they gonna put something malicious in it, or whatever? Are you gonna check through it?
So for this one here, let's
Pat, go through some.
I don't need it for 10 days.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we're gonna get for this guy. We can go to the very end, see if he's gonna say anything else interesting.
Dividends. So again, these are some ROI contract apps over on Kronos.
Yeah, so my play with Kronos though, so we're in both of these things. Obviously, we're on the Drip network. We're on Binance Smart Chain. We are also on VVS. On VVS, Kronos blockchain. On Kronos blockchain and involved in VVS, but on Kronos blockchain, I'm only staking a few different pairs. I'm using CRO token itself, and then I can write this in. And Crow. Okay. So that's all that he talked about.
Anyway, follow me on Telegram, guys.
Our next one, we got Tyler S.
Tomorrow's Fed comments on inflation.
With tomorrow's Fed's comments on inflation. Blink. And then this guy's name is Tyler S. I don't think his channel's name is anything else. I think it's just Tyler S. Yeah, Tyler S.
With tomorrow's Fed comments on inflation potentially triggering a buy-the-dump event for Bitcoin, as almost all large volume traders have been continuously selling since October of this year. Will Bitcoin finally receive?
Some people are expecting a big dumpy potentially tomorrow with the Fed making some comments. Because like it feels very similar to me. It feels very similar to pre-lockdown previously, where you could feel something happening in the market, or maybe those are already after lockdown or whatever. But when Bitcoin, yeah, there was. Cause when Bitcoin dumped in the market, really, that was already after lockdown. But like it was like, yo, something feels up, all this stuff's happening, and then market finally dumped.
Some sort of mega bounce. Meanwhile, Granny Butterbeans tumbled out of bed to criticize DeFi right before draining the life force directly from orphans. And with the Fear and Greed Index showing prolonged extreme fear for so long, will the bulls finally recover and begin sipping their milk? Even though you may not like to hear what I'm about to say. Sometimes you just have to sit down, clench your cheeks, and prepare for the worst. Your host, Bing Bong, and I just realized today, because somebody commented this, that technically all my videos have 2 intros. Absolutely time-sensitive alerts. Wait 2 days and 20 hours until the next ledger equivalent in BTC competition comes to an end. So just make sure to leave a comment below, and it is for subscribers. And as well, make sure to check any of the bonuses. Also, I only have one Instagram, one Twitter. All the other ones are scammers. There are hundreds, probably maybe thousands of scammers. So do not respond to them because they just want to take your money, take your crypto. I will never message you. The only two social medias I have besides YouTube are right below. Without further ado, let's jump in. Just so big. So before we jump into Bitcoin today, guys, there is a lot going on here, and potentially tomorrow with the Federal Reserve commenting on inflation. Could this affect Bitcoin's price? So Bitcoin price dip may end tomorrow as Bitfinex bids hint at Fed by the news plans here. So Bitcoin could see last day of downside as buyers line up to cash in on the U.S. Fed meeting. The Fed will deliver key information on the future of asset purchases, a form of quantitative easing, as well as inflation at the meeting, and bets are rising about the knock-on impact for both crypto and traditional markets. And data from Bitfinex's order book suggests Bitcoin traders are eyeing opportunity to buy the news here. So you see these bids illustrated here by the Zen Trades tweet as well, and material indicators created by material scientists here shows that large volume traders have been continually selling since October. There's not been a lot of buying. It's really no surprise Bitcoin has been dumpy for a long amount of time, right? So it makes more sense that maybe there's more selling than buying if the price is going down. But they've not bought a single dip since October and have been straight up swap selling all the time. He commented on Twitter. We have yet to see any of the Bitcoin dips over the last month bought with real conviction. Okay? Obviously, you can go back and there are certain whales, even I believe the third largest whale, like buys all the time, especially like last week, but that's not enough to just change the entire direction of the market. And as well, the fear and greed index has signaled extreme fear for basically an entire month straight. Okay? So the market's been dumpy and fearful for a while, and I'm sure you can feel that in the market as well. The last time that this index read a prolonged fearful market was at the start of summer. So just about 5 or 6 months ago, when market sentiment was fearful for almost 2 months straight. We expect the uncertainty to remain the predominant consideration for the time being until found that because stablecoins provided the lifeblood of DeFi outside of regulated markets, she believed their value would take a nosedive precisely when people most need stability. And also, she's saying DeFi is the most dangerous part of crypto. This is where regulation is effectively absent. Yes, that's the point. It's where the scammers and cheats and swindlers mix among part-time investors and first-time crypto traders. It seems a little bit hypocritical there because I believe she's defining herself. Someone can't even tell if they're dealing with a terrorist. Okay, whatever. I don't think DeFi can grow without stablecoins. I think it would struggle right now. Anyway, enough about that. But yeah, in terms of Bitcoin's price here, look.
I mean, DeFi has grown without stablecoins. Like stablecoins, when you look at the pools on DeFi platforms, are a small percentage of the pool. Most of them are paired up with the actual currency on that platform. So it would be CRO or BNB or whatever the heck. But a very small percentage of the pools actually utilize the BUSD or whatever, just because the currency itself is more likely to go up, and you need that to actually do any transactions and stuff like that on the network. It's much more valuable.
Look at this, just still hovering right on this 50-day moving average, which is basically also actually underneath the 50-week moving average, but the 50-day at this point against the holding. And there's a possibility that we're in a roughly over a month-long descending broadening wedge, which obviously could be a very strong bullish pattern. However, again, have we faced enough pain? So far, there has been no swing in momentum, but again, usually before that, you do see a little bit of quiet, and we've seen so much dumpiness. Again, as I've been saying, I still think 42K is that bottom. But again, could we maybe revisit 43, 44 one time? Absolutely, that would be absolutely fine in terms of market structure there. But yeah, looking at the rest of the markets, again, altcoins, again, I don't really think there's too much. I mean, if you're looking to buy altcoins, a lot of them are on discount, so is now a bad time to buy? Probably not. But again, doing individual TA on a lot of vaults, I don't think it's super important when Bitcoin dictates so much. And yeah, the SPX again, dipping into little dippy territory below the 21-day again. How long can this bad boy hang on? But primarily, is tomorrow's Fed commenting on inflation and everything like that, will that give Bitcoin enough juice? Because as the article stated, and as it's been kind of obvious to most of us, there has not been a lot of buying pressure. If there was a lot of buying pressure, the price would be going up. But it's been going down pretty significantly since October. You can see we hit 69, nice, but it was only a couple $1,000s above the previous all-time high, and then it's been dumpy straight since. Easy channel, easy, absolutely time-sensitive alerts as well. Make sure to leave your comment below. Check out any bonuses there. Don't respond to any scammers pretending to be me, because they are everywhere. Look in the comments right now, and I guarantee they will be responding to you to try and steal from you. I block 50 to 100 of them per day, and like cockroaches, they come back stronger every time. Thank you for the review.
Today for the Bitcoin price. And yes guys, this is an emergency update. I'm here somewhere on the palm in Dubai, and I am pushing this video as an emergency update to you. Actually, I didn't have any time the whole day. I was hustling on the V-launch which is going to happen tomorrow. But nevertheless, I have this to share with you, and I want to talk with you. What is happening for Bitcoin right now? Are we here potentially bottoming out, or is this just a dead cat bounce before Bitcoin is going to roll over more towards the downside? I want to talk about this. Actually, literally a few seconds ago, I was posting this 2 minutes ago. You can see it right here, already getting 600-700 likes. It's completely going viral. This W formation where Bitcoin was breaking the neckline literally a few minutes ago. Now the most important question is, number one, what is the price target of this breakout? Can we take it?
Alright, so Crypto says he sees a W formation. Oh, where the bells take over and the head is downward. That's what he's gonna say, something like that.
Seriously, this is what I want to talk about right now. But guys, this is, let me quickly turn around. This is of course a quick video, and YouTube doesn't like these short videos, so what I need from you is a like, not retweet, a like, share, and of course comments down below. If you are making noise for the algorithm and these short videos are getting as many views as they deserve, I will push more of them in the future on top of the other updates as well. Now let's talk about what's happening here. And as you remember, I was posting recently a bearish pattern for Bitcoin. This was a daily pattern. So now I want to focus quickly on the immediate short term. And what we can see here, for like, I would say for the first time, but not really for the first time, is at least the W formation where we're having a low and a higher low. We are breaking the neckline here, and the price target of this breakout is 49,600. I want to tell you, do not get too excited yet. Yes, there is some volume coming in, but I would not say that this is a confirmed trend reversal. Yes, on the hourly, it's not looking all too bad. bad. If we are going over to the EMA ribbon, yes, we are breaking the EMA ribbon. But on the hourly, it's not the most important. We have to break it on the 4 hourly and more importantly on the daily. So you can see that on the 4 hourly, the resistance is coming here in confluence with the price target approximately at 49,500 cited here. Yes, there is some higher low. We are breaking the neckline here. And this time it's at least the double formation where we're having a low and higher low. We are breaking the neckline here. And the price target of this breakout is 49,600. I want to tell you, do not get too excited yet. Yes, there is some volume coming in, but I would not say that this is a confirmed trend reversal. Yes, on the hourly, it's not looking all too bad. If we are going over to the EMA ribbon, yes, we are breaking the EMA ribbon. But on the hourly, it's not the most important. We have to break it on the 4 hourly and more importantly on the daily. So you can see that on the 4 hourly, the resistance is coming here in confluence with the price target approximately at 49,500 US dollars. And we already went up for a fake out here. So I would wait for this pattern to play out. I would wait for a 4 hourly candle to close for the first time since ages above the EMA ribbon. You can see it for the first time since ages here. We need to close above and the EMA ribbon has to flip. So immediate short term, fine. Maybe this is a good play. It's not a confirmed trend reversal yet. Bitcoin is still in a downtrend on the 4 hourly and on the daily. Please keep this in mind. This was a very short update and this, just to put it together, 49,500 very possible. We need to close a 4 hourly candle above that to confirm a trend reversal. And yes, guys, if this is happening, then we can look out for the next price target and then we can actually pull out the Fibonacci extension level. Just wanted to tell you, don't get too excited yet. But if this is happening, obviously we will be looking at the Fibonacci golden ratio at the extension levels and that would be coming in close to the 60,000 US dollar level, which is still then on the daily candles, not yet a confirmation of the bull reversal, especially considering that on the monthly we need to close above 60,000 US dollars here in December. Let me know what you think about that. Smash a like, the like up to a new all-time high. Let's get 12, 13, 14,000 likes. You know what? Let's get 15,000 likes on the video. Thank you so much for watching. It's extremely low and we are going to see each other very soon at the next one. I'm Crypto as always. Bye bye.
But if you want to know what people who think about money for a living really think about the economy and the value of the US dollar, look at the value of cryptocurrency. All right?
All right, so before we get into the next one, the crypto highlights here are W formation, potential breakout. Can we see more upside is what he's talking about. We saw a lower, a high, and then a higher low. And so that's just like when you the first bottom, and like in the first one being the one farther to the left. So the first bottom that you see on the chart is lower than the next bottom, the bottom to the right. Then it gets up a little bit higher. So like if the low was like $80, then the second time, and it went up to 100, then the second time that it came back down or whatever it went to, the low was like $82. So it's a higher low. And then it goes back up to whatever, and then it comes back down. The next low is $84. You can notice that the lower is getting higher. It's raising. So that's what he's talking about there. So this next video is coming from Altcoin Daily. Eminence said he actually has some type of connects with Altcoin Daily. I believe it's because they went to Kent State. One of them went to Kent State. They might have both gone to Kent State. I can't really remember. But they're talking about Tucker Carlson just released the cryptocurrency bulls inflation warning. Oops. I mean, that's the wrong person part. Altcoin. Oops. Daily is their name. And I think this will be a good Hive post just because it'll also tell people like different places that they can go to get their blockchain information and stuff like that. These are a lot of good sources. Oops. Let's get back to the top here.
Right, welcome back. We're going to Altcoin Daily. I'm Justin. In today's video, I'll share with you the latest news involving Bitcoin, involving Ethereum, involving altcoins, as well as what the mainstream media is saying about crypto. If you're interested in making money with cryptocurrency, click subscribe right now. We drop a video every single day demystifying this cryptocurrency market. Let's jump in. The first thing I want to share with you is a recent clip from Tucker Carlson ripping into the US inflation numbers, as well as singing the praises of cryptocurrency. Inflation is the problem, and Bitcoin is the solution. So although we didn't need a report to tell us this, inflation is happening, and this is the official number from the government. The latest report from the Consumer Price Index says inflation has surged 6.8% in the month of November. And why is that? The bottom line is that right now, there are a lot more dollars in circulation, meaning there's more money bidding on the same basket of goods, so prices are going up. Listen to this first clip of Tucker calling BS on the numbers the government is giving us, saying that inflation is actually much worse. This is about a 2-minute clip. Watch this.
So with that in mind, the new inflation numbers are out, and they're the worst this country has seen in nearly 40 years. According to the Consumer Price Index, inflation is up almost 7% over the past 12 months. It's very high. The problem is, the reality is much worse than that, and that's because the Consumer Index is useless as a guide to life in America. It doesn't actually measure the cost of living. In that way, it is a lie. It's a rigged government number, one of many.
Yo, he finally caught up, though. He's like, you're like a year fucking late. Like, they're actually like a year late. They talked about everything else and blamed it on whatever the fuck else. But I imagine it's because, like, quite honestly, Fox News is, like, really conservative. And, like, not just conservative, but they consider themselves Republican. And so they couldn't say all that stuff when Trump was in office. They just didn't want to. It would look bad for their friends.
CPI is calculated by assigning relative weight to different categories of goods. It's a very complex series of formulas. Some of them were formulated in good faith, others were designed to deceive you. But in effect, the bottom line is the CPI does a very bad job of measuring how much it actually costs to live in this country. For example, gas prices. In the CPI, gas prices constitute less than 4% of the total value of the products included. Now that's realistic if you happen to live in, say, Manhattan, where pretty much nobody drives a car, but if you have a car and you drive more than a few miles to work every day, that's ridiculous, because for you, gas prices are a far larger part of your budget, and yet all of this is ignored by the CPI. You don't need to be an economist to understand this. The bottom line is these are not accurate numbers, but they were put together by people who we consider very smart, so you have to ask yourself, why are these numbers inaccurate? Think about it. The consumer
So I'm just going to type this. Why is CPI not based on? This is shit the crypto people already know. I'm just not even going to put this in here because this is stuff the crypto people already know, actually. I'm going to say got orange pilled. By Sailor. Tucker Carlson actually got orange pilled by Michael Saylor. In what you call an orange pill situation, where you appeal to somebody's truly their interest toward crypto, but you appeal to them in some other way, one of their interests or whatever the heck, because crypto actually solves that, and so you appeal to them in that sense. You don't necessarily talk about crypto. You just tell them how, you know, these other things that they don't really recognize on the daily that are affecting them, and once they wake up to those things, they, you know, they start to be a little bit more pro-crypto. They start to at least wake up a bit.
Consumer price index measures the downside of federal economic policy. So let's say you printed too many US dollars. You wanted to fund useless programs and pay off your donors. Now, if you did that, you would devalue your own currency. You would cause inflation. Over time, you would impoverish your own population. Those would be the effects. But of course, you would want higher.
He actually did not know this information all of a week ago when he did that damn interview with Michael Saylor, judging by his questions that he was actually asking and if he was being genuine. Because he was like, "Oh, I thought you'd be fine with inflation as long as you have the reserve currency." And I'm like, "Did you actually say that? Like, you know, shut up, bro. Like, seriously, stop." But you know, maybe he was just doing it as, you know, you got to report some too, right?
Those effects. You instead want to tell everybody that thanks to you, the economy is great, and the consumer price index allows politicians to do that.
All right. Good breakdown. Give me your thoughts on it.
Oh, bomb drop. Well, I probably shouldn't have said that word, but that's like exactly it right there. Mic drop. What he just said right there, bro. What he just said. That's it. That's all of it. It's just that politicians are able to get away with, like, you know, they can say the economy's doing oh so great. Oh my goodness, and Michael Saylor is the one tweeting this. That's so funny because I just wrote that Saylor orange pilled him. Oh my goodness, and they have a Saylor tweet. Son, does it get any better than that? Oh, so funny. But yeah, Saylor knows what he did here. But yeah, I was saying this all throughout the Trump administration, where he's like, "Oh, we have the best economy and stuff like that." I'm like, "We're quantitative easing to get a better economy and pushing stocks up." And then all last year, and people were like, "Oh, stocks are doing great. The market's pumping though," and it's like they're being pushed up on fake dollars, guys. All these stocks that rose, crypto rose because people wanted to escape the BS. Stocks rose because the BS actually pushed money into stocks, and people figure, "Fuck, I should buy other things too." But some of these stocks just rose because of BS, and it's like, okay, bro.
On this down below. But my next obvious question would be, if CPI isn't the most accurate way to measure inflation, what would be? Well, I guess that would be the price increases of the items or categories themselves. Here are the price increases of select items that consumers use daily over the last 12 months. Beef up 24%.
But even other ones, if like
up 51%, and etc., all as seen right here. So give me your thoughts on any of this, like I said, down below in the video description. But let's move on to our second clip of Tucker explaining what Bitcoin and cryptocurrency has to do with all of this. Listen to him first talk about traditional markets, the S&P, and then also Bitcoin, Ethereum, cryptocurrency as potential hedges in this inflating world. Watch this.
One group who never even considered believing numbers like this, crap like this, is investors. They're not looking at the consumer price index. They do this for a living, and they know exactly what dangerous inflation looks like. That's why they're buying hard assets. You see it everywhere. The median sales price of an existing single-family home in Austin, Texas, increased 33.5% in a single year. The median price of a condo around Miami has gone up nearly 21%. Now, real estate in Dade County was already wildly overheated. Now it's a bonfire. Why is that happening? Simple. Investors are afraid. Consider equities prices. The S&P 500 is up 28% in the last year. Now, if you're looking for the real inflation rate, that's a lot closer than the CPI is going to reach. But if you want to know what people who think about paying for living,
this is the money that they pumped into this shit, so the S&P doesn't just crash, because they can't have the we can't have the markets crash, guys. Like, if we have like all the businesses and stuff like that go under, like all these major companies and stuff like that, we can't have that happen. So when the monies get distributed, the money goes there first, so that these places get, you know, sustained to somewhere around the reasonable. So this is like what he's saying. And this is more realistic.
Really think about the economy and the value of the US dollar. Look at the value of cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is by definition a refuge from inflation. People buy Bitcoin when they decide the US dollar is no longer safe. What's happened to Bitcoin? It's up 164% in the past year. Ethereum and other cryptocurrencies is up 622%. So you should consider that a referendum on the strength of our economic system as judged by people who know the system best, because that's exactly what it is.
All right. Give me your thoughts on any of this down below in the comment section.
Oh, thanks for saying. You know, I'm like, he said called investors people that know the system best. I'm like, yeah, I guess I invest.
Next
First up, I want to share with you the latest news involving altcoins. But first, let's take 60 seconds and give a big shout out to sponsor of the channel, OKCoin, a global cryptocurrency where they will not take a penny and you keep one. Alright, let's talk about the altcoins making news, starting with ColdStack. ColdStack continues to unite decentralized storage by integrating storage. Thanks to storage, we can better serve the growing blockchain, NFT, and metaverse sectors with a variety of data solutions. So big integration, just as a reminder, ColdStack is a first-to-market aggregator for decentralized data storages such as Filecoin. So just like 1inch is an aggregator for DEXs, ColdStack is an aggregator of decentralized storage units, finding the cheapest decentralized storage. So here are the details. We're pleased to announce that our team has completed our integration of the storage decentralized storage network. Through this integration, we will be able to offer our users access to one of the most popular, trusted, and robust decentralized storage networks, DSNs, in the world. Our storage integration is currently...
I need to get more Filecoin too. If you're like into NFTs and stuff like that, the IFPS storage shit like that all runs through Filecoin, I guess. So it's like, what the fuck? I didn't know that portion. Okay.
News for lower cap metaverse.
I believe. Again, I also should have said this at the very beginning. Now, this is financial advice, not a financial advisor or anything like that. We just get here to get learned. But let's see.
CITIS. Wow, our CITIS community is growing so fast. Thanks to all of you for being with us. We really appreciate the support from each of you. And the news today is the user growth milestone, as seen here on Twitter, on Telegram, and Discord. And just for some context, what is CITIS Heroes? And I liked this write-up from Bitcoin.com. CITIS Heroes is the first ever WebGL, AAA, play-to-earn NFT, and MMORPG game built by an experienced tech company with over 200 plus full-time employees and numerous successful projects under the belt. So in simple terms, it's a play-to-earn game set in space. And what drew me to this game, because I'm an investor, is the game is set in a space metaverse at a time when technological advancements have reached the level of merging all living beings. So all characters in this game belong to one of several blockchain races and embody that chain's strongest attributes, which I found pretty interesting, pretty unique. And the game provides users with multiple game scenarios, including interstellar exploration, battles and settlements, as well as scope for political, social, and economic development. So give me your thoughts on this down below. I believe, yeah, it should launch in January, but pretty cool to see the progress. And the next piece of big news involving Ethereum actually happened in the middle of the day yesterday. But Nike steps further into the metaverse by buying an NFT sneaker studio. So some huge validation for Ethereum. And even though prices in the short term are dipping and consolidating, think long term, because this is big. Ready to take its next step into the metaverse, Nike announced yesterday it has acquired RTFKT Studios, a digital art studio focusing on sneaker-themed non-fungible tokens and collectibles using the Ethereum blockchain. In a direct quote from Nike's president and CEO, "We're acquiring a very talented team of creators with an authentic and connected way. Our plan is to invest in the RTFKT brand, serve and grow their innovative and creative community, and extend Nike's digital footprint and capabilities." So huge acquisition, and just a little visual for you, tweeted out by RTFKT Studios. They're saying that they are now a part of the Nike Inc. family. Watch this. Ooh. Future, guys. Pretty cool. Alright, we get it. I don't want this video to get knocked for stealing copyrighted songs. Either way, I mean, it's just crazy how fast this NFT and metaverse narrative and future is moving. Pretty freaking cool. That is the video. My name's Austin. If you haven't already, be sure to check out our recent interview with CEO of Swan Bitcoin, Corey, talking about Bitcoin and crypto predictions for 2020.
All right, that's something else that I had been seeing in other places and stuff like that today, just the Nike thing, but I already knew Nike was already jumping into things. It's also interesting to see there what they were using at this last portion of this right here, when they're viewing the person's NFTs. I don't know if those are NFTs specifically. I imagine they could be. But they're viewing, this person is switching these items and stuff like that on them. And I'm like, wouldn't it be interesting if they're obviously using some type of maybe, what do I want to say? Headwear, some type of AR headwear. This would be augmented reality, not virtual reality, because you can see the actual person's body, and then there's virtual around that. But the shoe flipping is actually pretty cool. How the shoe is just changing. I don't know what they're holding for the shoe to change like that. But yeah, I imagine that I had this conversation with people years ago where I'm like, yeah, it was like after Pokemon Go, you could really see the future of where AR was gonna go, and the fact that eventually you would just have to turn your phone or your wearable device towards somebody and be able to see their bling, their jewelry, and stuff like that. And that was before I, considered NFT. I didn't know what NFTs were at the time, but I had known that, wow, okay, if you can do that, then you can do these other things, most likely. All right, that was our wrap up of videos. That was our videos. We could go into the DJ Khaled Earn Your Leisure thing, but that was really a wrap up of videos. That was the last video that we had. Let me see if there's anything else that we want to. Oh, see, that one's still going. Actually, by Dubai developed the world's deadliest tennis court. Because why not? No, there's no way that's what it actually looks like. Oh, it's what happens when a ball comes off of that. Delete TikTok before it ruins your life. 2019 to okay, what I don't know, whatever. Nike enters metaverse. Okay, X exchange. Until me again, bro. Signs off. Oh, that's creepy, my guy. Damaging inflation is here. So I guess this is the last one we're gonna look up. This guy, why? Because this is Da Vinci, and I don't see anything else worth looking into right now. I could go down my entire list here. Did the Fed just kill crypto? Huge moment, bull run. Did it? Did it? You can see what else is open over there. Got a bunch of people. Altcoin Daily, Crypto Face, Son of Breezy, Tim Malcolm. I found out that was a person from like some type of reality TV show. I'm like, oh, lol. I just saw that you liked a similar project and I want to see what else you produce. The Wall Street Trapper. Let's see what Wall Street Trap talking about. Is there anything recent actually? Nope. 6 days. We have a better chance at building wealth through investing than we do sports and entertainment. True. Let's see if there's anything else though. Tone Vase. Bitcoin holding on by a thread at critical support. How long does he talk? 37 minutes. We can go through a little bit of Tone Vase.
Alright, good morning everyone, welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin with your host, Tone Vase. Coming to you live. As the markets are open, it is approximately 10 a.m. New York time. I'm always on New York time due to the stock market. And everything seems to be fine. With the stream, audio is good, video is good, so let's go to the charts. Okay. I'm on the Untitled Chapter website. We added some speakers. Check it out and join us in Las Vegas, March 3rd to 6th. It'll be a 2-day conference. The day before, we're going to have an awesome poker night, so you can sign up for that. Here's our list of speakers. Mark Moss, Greg Foss, Natalie Brunel, Luke Dash, if he can make it out. It's all COVID dependent. And we got a lot of new people. Another row of all new people. Will Reeves, CEO of Foldap, Ben Gagnon from Git Farms, who actually changed to Git Farms, Kiara, Bitcoin Vegan, Beautyon potentially will make his first public appearance. Below this moving average right here, it's literally right at the low. And then the following week, we of course, it can still happen. But we are on the verge of closing the weekly chart below the 52-week moving average for the first time in a long time. It's debatable if we close below this moving average right here, it's literally right at the low. And then the following week, we of course rally. So if we don't count this close, we have to go all the way back to the pre-pandemic crash. That's either early 2020 or late 2019. That's been a while. That means Bitcoin has been on a very bullish run, which is good. I still think it has more upside. Well, having more upside is not technical analysis. Having more upside is mostly hopes and dreams, right? It's our opinions. But we have to use technical analysis. And while I do like the MRI bottom nature of this candle, with the next candle being the MRI bottom, here's the problem. The problem is that in about 8.5 hours, when the next candle begins, and these are 4-day candles, and I explained why I'm using 4-day candles, they're just a little faster reactive than the weekly candle, and it allows us to use Consensio better. As I said yesterday, the moment this candle breaks below the low of last week's candle, it's time to go full cash. So I am gonna stick to my word, and I am altering this chart to be in a full cash position as of the break of last week. So in yesterday's video, we still had some hope because the price was around 48. Not anymore. So we have to go into fully cash. I have to make this more like gold or maybe orange or something. Maybe this. Maybe that. Yeah, that's about it. Right, and there it is. Okay, so right at that level. Okay, we are back to a full cash position. We will get back into the bullish position of Bitcoin upon seeing strength in the market. Can the market rally to $3 million of Bitcoin tomorrow? And the answer is, of course, it can. Okay, the market can do absolutely anything, but we are going to be evidence-based on the Consensio trading method. And it's unfortunate that it does not.
You know what's funny about this? Like, from everything that I heard from people and stuff like that, I actually built up a similar strategy in my head, where I was like, yeah, if it dips underneath like around 46, 47,000, I can some like a bit for 46 something thousand, but 46 to 47,000. If it dips beneath that, stays beneath that for a day or two, I have to go cash in some of my investments, just because I would imagine that Bitcoin could go down to the $30,000 level if it were to do something like that. If it did that, then it would just be enough to like play the market a little bit. And, like, I'm not gonna move all my funds. That's silly. But just enough to like play the market, make a few $100 or something like that. That just seems like the move.
More money, considering it was 100% bullish. But remember, we've been 80%, we've been at least 20% bullish, right? So the lowest allocation to Bitcoin that this chart had was on this crash a week ago or a week and a half ago. It moved it to 20%. Prior to that, since all the way back here, and I only started doing this chart around here, I didn't do this chart earlier, there would have been a better bullish allocation right here. There would have been some bullish allocation.
Speaking of what Tone Vase is saying, so this is a 20% move down that we saw here. After those big ass move downs, like a big 20% one, especially almost like this is the longest we've seen a downward momentum since like this spree right here. What do we get though? Even if it was going to be a bullshit one right now, what will we get during this next period? probably a little bullish momentum. Like even BS situation says this is a setup for, you know, maybe a little bit of a dip tomorrow, and that be where we create a spinning top. And so I think he's saying also today, maybe he's gonna get to it. It looks like we're maybe creating the bottom, the spinning top that you see right here. And tomorrow or the next day will be this big green candle or some type of green candle, one of these green candles. If not that one, this spinning top situation or whatever the heck. And you still see a height. You know, the price went all the way up there at one point and then it closed differently. Or I guess this would be the close. This would be that's where it touched at some point. And I think this would be the close. I forget where open and close is for red day candles and shit like that, honestly. It's like it opens, no, green opens at the bottom. Nope, I just can't even remember. Fuck it. Keep going, Tone.
You can see how this candle has both moving averages rising and they are crossing each other. And because we are in a bull market, even if there was reason to take on short positions here, this flips it to a bullish trade. So I would say that there would be at least a 20% bullish allocation here because we're not in a secular bear market. So right here, there would have been a minimal bullish allocation to Bitcoin. Okay, so the Bitcoin position has been making money all throughout this move. It would have gotten lowered to as low as 40, but not much lower than 40% at one point, then back to 100, then down to 75, back to 40, 50, down to 20, 30, and now we are back to 100% cash position. There's no reason to take on short positions. Now, if another situation like this comes along, there could certainly be a reason to take on a short position, but not yet. What would be needed to take on a short position? I know everyone is like bull, 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 but this chart is strictly moving average consensio based off of Tyler James's work. And Tyler James unfortunately passed away in the summer of 2019 and about a year and a half ago now. Make that 2.5 years ago now. Wow, time really flies, unfortunately. Now, if the price of Bitcoin rallies and gets rejected by these two moving averages and starts to go down, then there is certainly potential for a shorting opportunity on a slightly longer scale, but we want to avoid shorting Bitcoin on any scale at all costs, maybe when you know you are in a bear market. The last time we were in a bear market was throughout 2018 and part of 2019. So here is a clean bear market, right? Same chart, same moving averages. So you can see the equivalent of losing the moving averages, lowering that bullish position. Now, this was a much bigger exponential rise. So this would have necessitated a faster move into cash. But over here, upon the continuous rejections of the longer term moving average, like here or here, but especially here, what makes this rejection a better shorting opportunity right here than that one? Well, that's because the long-term moving average here is declining, as opposed to...
All right, so let's talk about this.
Okay, so now we're going to go back to our current picture, and you can see how the long-term moving average is flattening. But once this moving average starts declining, and you get rejected by a declining long-term moving average, that is an opportunity to potentially short the market. We haven't seen that in a while. See, there was no rejection of a long-term moving average as it's declining here, and here we broke it. And here it was support and it started to rise. So the last time a declining long-term moving average rejected the price of Bitcoin was right here. And while this alone may not be a great shorting opportunity, once all three moving averages are down and declining, with a rejection just prior to that, this right here is a potential shorting opportunity. Is it a great shorting opportunity? Not really, but Bitcoin did drop 20%. Now, you can also say the same thing about right here. But there wasn't a rejection. That was the break of the moving average, with everything dropping. This is probably a straight cash position, and not necessarily a short position, even though it also went down 20%. So we will talk about this as time gets closer. Of course, now that tone is 100% cash. It means the market can rally to $1 billion coin, but that's okay, because guess what happens on the way up? On the way up, the moving averages will switch, and we will allocate to a bullish allocation of Bitcoin as that happens. Unconfiscatable Conference coming to Las Vegas, March 3rd to 6th. Join us. We are adding speaker pictures as speakers are confirming, or as a greater than 50% likelihood that they will try to make it with these repeat this arrow. That's going to be really, really tough. Really tough, assuming we even rally it, which we don't know below. But this is the big resistance hurdle to overcome. It really...
Oh, this is the funny thing. This is like a random thing in between this because this is my fucking stream. But not tone basis. I was thinking about that whole Fed and other than the Fed, Congress and stuff like that, and a lot of these people, like the regulators, their opinions of like stable coins and like how that's like holding up the crypto market or whatever the heck. They're like, oh, it's largely basically stable coins. These issuers of these stable coins thinking that it's these companies or whatever. I'm like, if you get rid of those stable coins, we'll probably actually see a successful algorithmic stable coin project. Something akin to Maker DAI, which already exists, I guess. So, is DAI fully decentralized? DAI is a stable, decentralized currency that does not discriminate any individual or business. Okay, but you gotta say fully, because people be like, it's now fully decentralized. Foundry announces digital asset staking business and first mover host making decentralized credit platform with Ethereum that supports the DAI stablecoin. Yeah, I'm like, yeah.
Really is, because once we break this resistance cluster, everything is gonna flip. So breaking
We
this resistance
have to do
cluster
more research on
is
that,
not
but that's
that
like a quick
different than
answer.
breaking this resistance cluster. Now we did break it a little bit late, but that resistance cluster is very similar to this one. And we did break it. We just broke it, you know, a month later, or like 3 weeks later, right there. Okay. Now, once we broke it, we used these moving averages as support to go to a new all-time high. This is what Bitcoin needs to do again. Okay. See, now this cross was support, wasn't resistance anymore. But this cross was resistance. We broke it a little bit later. Same thing's coming. It's not going to be easy. We can do it. It's not going to be easy. What three moving averages am I using? I'm using the 50 period, the 128-day period, and the 200. What?
50. What is he using?
128. What three moving averages am I using? I'm using the 50 period, the 128-day period, and the 200. 128-day period has been historically very good for the price of Bitcoin. You can see right here, and lots of historical support of the 128. Right there, and it goes all the way back to the prior bull market and bear market. Right here, right here. You take this all the way back to 2013. It's been very, very good. Here we broke it, got rejected by the 200. Beautiful death cross rejection. Same thing here, same thing there. Lots of support here. So I mean, you can take the 128-day back real far, right there, real far for usefulness. Right there. Just goes on and on and on. It's been excellent. Right here, like I'm already at 2015, guys. It's been right here, and then I'm right top. It's been really consistent, but potentially one of the most consistent. Right there, cross rejection, but it has one of the most consistent moving averages we have on the price. Right there, right here.
Are we going at a 2x?
Rejects,
Jesus.
Rejects, breaks, supports. It's been excellent. No, I don't think there's any similarity between 2021 and 2011. Quarterly charts. Someone's asking for quarterly charts. Well, we should probably check it when the quarter ends, right? Quarterly chart is not looking great. We really need to rally at the end of December, otherwise it's a nasty candle. Still consolidating. Quarterly chart still has a few quarters to go. So a top can certainly come with the MRI on a quarterly chart at the end of 2022.
We gotta bust through some of this.
Bullish. That's another higher swing low. Moving averages are rising.
Starting to look at other coins.
It's great. But I'm still going to stick to Consensio. I'm going to stick to technical analysis. This is Willie's domain. My domain is technical analysis, right? This looks awesome. I love this. From a fundamental perspective, it's great. But guess what? This was a crash. This was an obvious buy. And look at my tweets from this day. I'm screaming buy the dip. This is not this. From a technical analysis perspective, this is different. From a technical analysis perspective, you can visually draw a trend line connecting this point to this point.
I don't know. It's going down right now. That looks like it's going down. That looks really similar to that. Like it's up, it's down. Like it looks like. What would you see next then? Is this the price of Bitcoin? Oh, that's the price of Bitcoin at the top, I think. So Bitcoin's going down. Retail accumulation's going up. And then what do we see next after that? Oh, then then the price goes up a bunch, maybe. What's Tone trying to say this is?
I don't know if I can draw on this. I don't have the means to draw on this. But imagine a trend line. Boom, 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 and guess what? That trend line broke. This is great. I hope he's right. I really do. But that's not what TA is telling me. And if this reverses, I will add bullish allocations to Bitcoin. I will miss the perfect buy opportunity. It's okay. It's not the first time. It's not the 20th time. It's not the 100th time. I missed the perfect buy opportunity. But guess what? I'm still here, right? And I was profitable by missing the perfect buy opportunity 100 times. I can buy a little bit late. It's okay. You can put food on the table by buying into a bullish trend a week late. It's not going to ruin you, right?
Yeah. That's just
it's great to see. I love it.
That was a nice quote.
Right? But here's the other issue, and this is what I would talk about if William was on my show. Now imagine drawing another line. You take this top right here, take this top right there, and draw a horizontal line backwards. What happens? This is the second greatest buying opportunity.
Did you say food or meat?
Put food on the table by buying into a bullish. Friend, a week late. It's not going to ruin you, right? It's great to see. I love it. Right? But here's the other issue, and this is what I would talk about if William was on my show. Now imagine drawing another line. You take this top right here, take this top right there, and draw a horizontal line backwards. What happens? This is the second greatest buying opportunity Bitcoin ever saw, right? Now you can move this up, and you can say, hey, this is the greatest buying opportunity ever, and yes, we went up, but there's not that much difference from here and right now, okay? And considering how much higher this is, right, the price should really be a lot higher, but we'll see. We will see what happens. We will see what happens.
Yeah, that's what I'm okay. I was like, yeah, is he saying this?
You can also take this one, right? At the time this peak happened, it was the second highest swing in this chart. Take this all the way up, and you still have a 15 to 20% correction. But this one here, I don't see they have enough time to absorb all the information from this one. And then selling GBTC at a premium. That biggest buyer we have is gone. Grayscale is not buying anything.
Okay, checks out some Willy Woo treats on retail accumulation.
Their GBTC is on negative premium. So the biggest buyer of Bitcoin, all throughout 2020, when the premium was above zero, significant, is gone. Is gone. You want the biggest buyer of Bitcoin to come back? We need GBTC to get back above zero. Then the biggest buyer comes back. Is Bitcoin going to 100K? Yes, it is. Not this year. But clearly, but it is. Alright guys, this video is last. Not this year, but clearly, but it is. Then the biggest buyer comes back. Is Bitcoin going to 100K? Yes, it is. Not this year. But clearly, but it is.
Oh, shit. Has class started? Yeah, you know, class is pretty much over. We actually about to wrap up this little session. This is just doing some tone-based technical analysis and stuff like that. But the cool thing about this is I'm going to try to put this video itself into this blog post that I'm going to do on Hive, how I accidentally made $15 million. Word. It was an accident. Be careful. Or let me see if there's anybody else that I would really. Oh, these two are interesting. No, that's 11 months ago though. Did Carl from the Moon have anything to say today? Ethereum chart will make you see the next big move. So this is Carl from the Moon. Because I wanted to try to fit in enough content creators here in this little what I was calling a cipher or whatever videos or. So this is the Moon, and I think that brings me to 5 videos. I could stop there. This might be 6, who knows.
Welcome to the Moon, my name is Carl, and I'm bringing you this crazy video. Earlier today, I promised you to take a look at Bitcoin dominance and Ethereum, so here you go guys. The analysis for Ethereum is as follows. Let's just zoom out the daily time frame. The most important thing to understand is that we are still above this.
And right now what we're doing is, for anybody probably, we're really just going around to some different influencers getting market sentiment. Like, what do these big money bags feel about market sentiment? We've also heard a lot about the Fed and stuff like that. We can go check out Fox News, honestly.
Support line, which is $3,600.
But Altcoin Daily also was giving us some stuff from Fox News. But we can go check them out.
Massive resistance there, massive resistance there. Big support from this huge wick there, and right away closing to this level. I think that we're essentially testing this level out as previous resistance. We want to see this act as support. And if we can confirm support of this, then obviously, of course, that's bullish. And we have to understand that if we break this support, then we could potentially see a bigger bearish trend here, maybe retesting other previous support, which is all the way down at, I would say, you know what, the first big support would be right here. This is the most important support, $2,800. Massive resistance there, support, so $2,800. So if we break the 3.6K level, then we could potentially fall another 20%. Personally, I think it depends on Bitcoin. Ethereum will continue to go up if Bitcoin continues to go up. So going back to Bitcoin here, we are in a downtrend. And if Bitcoin continues to go down to 4.1K here, then I think it's quite possible that Ethereum might also get a break to the downside. But again, it's up to Bitcoin. And let's see what the Bitcoin dominance, because obviously Ethereum and altcoins.
I'm gonna stop it right there. Because if he's gonna say everything is like going down to the Bitcoin, then we've seen that before. Do I want to include your video then right now, Carl? I don't know that I do. I don't know that I do. Ugh. I try. Nah, you make a video or play something with this title in it, you get fucked. Alright, this is a good one. Crypto Lightsaber. There you go. The other guy said 500 hours a day. Like, this is the thing. People that say they're making like 500 hours a day and stuff like that in crypto, it's like, that's possible, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you gotta open your eyes a little bit more. People have to be more willing, susceptible to that type of shit. More open, you know, not financial advice or anything, but just be more open and look into it more than you would like somebody who's asking you for your money or something like that to try some course and maybe earn whatever the fuck amount of money a day or something, whatever.
I spoke about this in the video. Dave, I haven't done a dedicated video to Drip. So we're going to talk about it now. A little update where I'm at since we spoke about it. Okay? But the price of Drip is pumping. You can see the price here. It's about $58 at the moment. And one of the reasons it might be pumping is it just recently listed on CoinGecko. I know it's already on CoinMarketCap.
Oh shit! Drip is on CoinGecko finally? Hold up. Dude! Finally! Finally! Look like they got that, that's probably like minus 10% or something like that. I don't know. Look at this chart though. Look at the chart. Look at the graph. Some breezy. Was it all today? It's giving a 7-day chart, man. Like it's been out here for 7 days.
Also listed on CoinGecko, and yeah, there's some good things coming for Drip. They also have the Mana Farm, and that's obviously going to be to Drip, so I'll look at that for you as well. But Drip Network, it says $51 on here, but we know that is $58.32 at the moment. Right, guys. This is only sitting at a 5 million market cap, so for those that keep asking me...
Oh, this is days ago. Let me see if he had anything new recent. Crypto wake up call, must see.
It's Crypto Lightsaber, another video, guys. I thought we wanted to make this video different.
Nothing against his other video. If you want to go back and watch that, you can watch that. But we're going to watch this one on his crypto wake-up call.
On the video, we are going to talk about crypto. We're also going to talk about market sentiment. We're going to talk about Christmas.
Oh, shit.
That sort of thing.
Maybe not. If he's doing the exact same thing that I'm doing right now. You're killing me. Fuck.
Is you basically you come over. In fact, let me disconnect. So I'll show you guys exactly how to do it. Disconnect. Okay, guys. And what you do is you come onto the Drip platform. You use my referral link. It should take you right there. And then what you do is you take my address and you just copy, you paste the address into there. So that would be the body address. Okay, guys. So once you copy, paste the body address into there, you'll be able to deposit into the Faucet. Okay, guys. Now you can just go over here at our Drip. And sell Drip, you can buy and sell Drip, but in order to stake it for the 1% a day, you can only use an invite only body ink. Okay, so if you try and do it without a body ink, it won't allow you to. You'll be waiting for you to put a body ink down here. Right, so my address will be in the description, so you can use that, and that will enable you to stake, so you can get your 1%.
I bet this is because, like, honestly, it's being listed on CoinGecko and stuff like that because it's finally coming out of Drip has mostly been used for this, and they had one other like not really deal with a farm, but they like, you know, it was an unofficial deal. But now Drip is really going to be out there in different farms and stuff like that, and utilized for different things, different projects. Truly, I think after this next step with the Manor farm, and that's going to be interesting. That will be really interesting, and that really makes it a lot more like one of these other tokens where it had a start very similar to like a hex type of start on this platform where you can make, you know, the best deposits on it and stuff, the most from it by compounding and shit, and then it's out there in the wild.
Okay, so once your 1% a day is being dripped out, you're actually locked in, and once you make your deposit, okay, you see all your metrics are here, your deposit, your claims, and your maximum payout. Right, guys, your max payout is 100,000 drip, and after that you need to set up an account or humble when you reach 100,000 drips max payout. But you can see right now it's paying it out 1% a day, so roughly about $170 plus a day. For some people, they need 10,000 a day, 11,000 a day on small fish, right, guys. So I stay in my own lane. That's why I like to say stay in my own lane. Right, guys, I should have put a lot more in the beginning, but at the end of the day, I didn't know the contract very well. I didn't even know before the shark was at the time we created that. And yeah, I mean, guys, you can do referrals on this as well. In order to get rewards from your referrals, you need to have.
I'm surprised he didn't keep using this more, because he got in fairly early. I'm pretty sure, bro. I'm pretty sure he got in fairly early and had like a lot of drip just sitting there. He's claimed 207 drip. He's only got a team of 3 for his size. I feel like, I don't know, maybe he just never made any videos for it. Maybe he just is just getting drip. I don't know. Been rewarded 0, so his team hasn't given him any rewards. Oh, that's why. Same here.
And there is a 10% tax on withdrawals when you sell. Okay, guys, but I don't believe there's any tax on.
Okay.
Obviously, going on with this, I don't know if you understand this, to be honest. I haven't researched it too much, but I know that this may be a little bit more because you see innovation, you see things happening, they're developing. Right, guys, you can also come into the farms.
You really don't know about drip?
All that sort of stuff, right, guys. So this isn't your ordinary contract, okay, guys?
Alright, well, he being bullish on it, though. It's nice. How to win easy in Dayton Arena, free heroes, tips. Fuck it. Ghost Fade. This skill is best quick escape when you encounter enemy rushing you.
The battle begins.
Alright, let's see it. Come on. Oh, he must have pushed the button. He activates it. You can't see when he does it. But when this disappears, he's using the Ghost Fade. So he's just got an entirely running getaway tactic here. They couldn't find him anymore. He's also playing this on whatchamacallit, on mobile. What is this? 7 TV. So honestly, when I look at all these, like, I don't know if I'm gonna make this an entire Hive post, but honestly, if I weren't gonna try to drag it out a little bit, if I weren't going to make this all into our Degen Cypher video Hive post, we could also, and we can do both. We could also do a because I can make this a different type of post, but we can also make individual posts. You know, one post about drip, or maybe one post about drip and CoinGecko, and everything. You know, a little bit thicker of a post. One post about Thetan Arena and this new tactic in Thetan Arena. One post about the EMAs, the moving average, and the 128-day moving average in Bitcoin and how it's looking currently. One post about Tucker Carlson in the United States, like, you know, mass media, like, you know, message. One post about Bitcoin and higher lows on the hourly. One post about the Fed's U.S. comments on inflation. And then one post about Drip, Manor Farm, the Garden, ROI DApp, and CRO ROI DApps, including VBS token. So CRO and VBS. But all those could be individual posts. That'd be a bunch of different individual posts. Or this can all be one post, depending on how Eyes wants to do it. But these could all just be individual posts that I could pump out. Poof, poof, poof. The moon. Oh my goodness, it's all on BTC notes. I feel like I'm gonna do that, like write it as the cipher. Okay, so it's just rehashing things in our own light and stuff like that. This type of post itself right now is just its own thing. I'm going to save that though. Oops, can I not save it? Did it auto-save? It must have auto-saved. And that's going to be that. Oops, it's going to be that. I feel like, what else do we have for this portion stream? Oh, this is just the get and learn portion though. I think this is just getting learned. Other than that, last portion of getting learned today. We're going to do a zoom in on Money Match Gaming's own drip account. Our drip account currently is worth $2,900 from a $600 donation to Money Match Gaming. We allocate well. Drip today is worth $64. When we started this account, Drip was worth around $15 or so. So it's more than 4x'd from when we got in there, but we knew big things were coming for this token, and after seeing it perform for so long, yeah, that means that currently Money Match Gaming is able to earn $29 about per day. So this is a little bit over a day, maybe. Sometimes it works out weird. But we're earning about 1% of our total deposited drip per day. And so that's about $29 of 2,000, you know, yeah. And yeah, that's what we got in the bank right now. What does that go toward? That goes toward our rewards pools, rewarding content creators, our esports team, finally getting jerseys like Boss FD has been bothering me about. It's not really bothering me. Just keep me on my toes. But yeah, we want to do all that type of stuff. We just have to be able to sustain to some degree. You know, we're giving away a lot of money all the time with our prize pools and stuff like that. You know, creating NFTs does cost money and stuff. A lot of this, you know, it's our own man hours, and so how do you put that much time into a project like this? Even, you know, all of it costs something. So we're trying to allocate as smart as possible so that we can continue to do these things and build bigger and better, and, you know, be a part of this whole new economy and what we see. Anyways, for our liquid assets right now, that means we have $163 of liquid assets. Our strategy here on this account is a a 80% compound and 20% claim. So today we'll be doing what we normally do, which is compound these rewards. Even though it's like, oh my god, it's $34 right there, but if this continues to go up and it's a $100 token and we can get this up to us earning 5, or it says 50 drip, which will mean we'll be earning more than 0.5 drip a day. That would be that'd be pretty damn sexy. That'd be pretty damn sexy. That means that we'd be pulling in what, like a nice 30 plus dollars a day. And then I said drip's $100, so it'd be around $40, $50, you know. It'd be nice money. So hopefully it keeps going up. I think drip has that potential. I think drip could be like the Time/Wonderland type of app on the Binance Smart Chain. We'll leave this screen when we see 1 cent get hit here. Boom, that was about 5 seconds. So somewhere around every 5 seconds or so, Money Match Gaming is earning a cent for esports by the 10 seconds or whatever that be. So that's going back to esports and our team. Hopefully we can continue to build and eventually support other teams, be their pathway up. That said, I'm gonna close this portion of stream. Link this stream maybe to the YouTube post, and we'll come back with some Xbox games and stuff like that. I'm probably gonna tell Bay that I'm gonna try to have a little late night. I want to also like make videos and stuff like that for tomorrow's event and put some posts out, schedule some posts for tomorrow and stuff like that for our Smash Bros event. We do have a Smash Bros event tomorrow. Do I expect a huge turnout? Probably not, but it'll be fun. And then we'll also hopefully get another one of our gold NFTs out in rotation, in circulation. Only one of the current NFTs that does this one is out in circulation. Oftentimes people just don't claim the gold trophies. We're like, yeah, this is, they'll have use case in the future. Claim it. You're like, nah, G. And the Infinite's like, you should leave those things open. Like, it was a limited time thing. And it's like, if people don't claim it, then we should move on. Like, it's offered in, bronze or silver versions for those ones, or commemorative. But yeah, tis what hey. Let me close this down so that we can get to the gamins. Let's get to some gamins. How so drip is a token? Yeah, drip is a token that with an initial investment you earn 1% of that, which you can compound. Yep. Yeah, so sorry, let me go back to that real quick. I'm gonna do like an entire I'm gonna do a drip video later. But yeah, drip is a token that exists like any other token on the blockchain, right? However, drip, when you sell drip, there is a 10% fee, kind of like how SafeMoon also has like a fee when you like sell SafeMoon. There's like a 10% fee when you sell drip, a 10% tax on selling drip. Yeah, that's kind of just written into the smart contract. How do you get drip? So you can just purchase drip off of PancakeSwap or like any other DEX. The way that you just purchase a token. Obviously, you have to increase your slippage to that percentage, or buy it here. And it says 10% tax is applied on sales. And so, but yeah, you could just buy drip off of this platform itself, and it makes it a lot easier for you. You do have to approve some things, but you just buy it there. But yeah, so basics, drip is a token like any other token, similar to a SafeMoon-ish type of token with the tax thing, but I wouldn't call it like SafeMoon. See, it's also going up in price. And then the thing, this is like the start of drip, we'll say. This platform itself, these smart contracts are drip's beginning. So Bitcoin had a beginning, and if Bitcoin is ever truly solar powered and a renewable energy only sourced, its beginning will have been on ASIC miners and people's hardware and their computers and stuff like that before it transformed into this other thing. Ethereum started somewhere, and then now it's at its level and it's working on Ethereum 2.0. That's all just to say that every token has a beginning somehow, in a way that those initial tokens are locked up and utilized, etc. And this is drip's beginning as a token, and its tokenomics, as you would say, are that it is a deflationary token. So drip is a deflationary token. When that 10% goes into things, when people lock up tokens into the smart contract I'm about to show you, when you swap here and stuff like that, portions of drip are made into liquidity, which just helps stabilize the thing, and those are like locked. And then portions of drip are just burnt out of circulation. So those are just taken out of circulation, and it becomes more and more scarce, or yeah, just smaller supply. So right here, this is the supply is 43,000 drip. So 2 or 3 days ago, 4 or 5 days ago, I don't know, it's a few days ago, it was just like 48,000 drip. So it's down 5,000 drip in the total supply. Drip just keeps getting less and less, but there is going to be more and more drip to pay out from people because the way that it funnels it around. What else we want to cover with? Oh, so there's these two things are the main smart contracts of drip: the Faucet and the Reservoir. The Reservoir is the portion of drip that it pretty much does like the same type of thing as the Faucet. However, you can withdraw it, and it's not going to give you a 1% a day thing. This is more like being able to just use, like, it's more like traditional farming. This is like traditional farming on the drip platform, and that's what the Reservoir is. It was created as an early method for people to supply LP to this project as LP tokens, and not just as a straight up ROI DApp of deposit that individual token. So instead, people were depositing drip and BNB, and then they could also take that drip and BNB out, but they were being rewarded just like any other farm. And that just helped them later on. All those the fees, the 10% fees and stuff like that would help drip establish its own like treasury, basically, so that the platform is fine. But you needed some initial allocations from people, and that's why farms exist and do the things they do. Okay, so other than this portion of drip, there's the Faucet. And this is where people make their real money. This is the 1% thing that you were talking about. A quick description of the Faucet, much more simple than everything that I've been saying so far, is the Drip Network Faucet is a low-risk, high-reward contract, that's all subjective, that operates similarly to a high-yield certificate of deposit by payout of 1% daily return on investment up to 365%. So that's 365 days. And so you can compound that and push that out indefinitely by, if you were to do every other day after, you want to compound, and do like an every other day strategy or something like that. And it's going to push it out pretty much indefinitely forever, because you're going to get 1% a day on whatever you have deposited, and you can keep pushing up your deposit. Then, it's going to be interesting. Okay. Players can compound and extend their earnings through deposits, hydrating, compounding. So the hydrating button is compounding. Rewards as well as through team-based referrals. So also, if you have a team of people underneath you, those referrals, when they compound and stuff, that will go into your rewards, and that's nothing detrimental to them. That's just how the platform works. This initial platform just requires you to have a buddy, and so every account, anybody who wants to use this has to have a buddy, period. And that was like one of the things built into it. Again, there are going to be other farms and stuff like that. There are other ones that exist that use drip, more and more coming and stuff, but in smart contracts. But this was the first one, and this is how it was built. Boom! You can see this one has earned 0 rewards because I don't have any BR34P. So anytime that the buddies, the people that use my address to get this, whenever they do earn something, I could be earning a little bit, but I'm not earning anything because I don't have this other token that you need. So you need this token called BR34P, but that's another story. Yeah. From here, you just deposit it. You just deposit drip. So I have 2.5 drip right there. I would just say deposit, however much drip I want to deposit. I could deposit 1 drip. I think they want you to deposit at least 1. Minimum of 1 drip required for deposits. I could deposit 2 drip, whatever. And I would push the deposit button. I'm going to push reject here. And then I would confirm it. And it would deposit my drip in there. I would see it say from this 2, it's going to do like a 10% tax. So it would say 1.8, deposit it. And I would be earning 1% a day from 1.8. And so that's the thing about drip as well. There's these little 10% taxes everywhere that go into different parts of the smart contract. So 10% tax on deposit, 10% tax on selling or buying in drip, 10% tax if you claim the things or whatever the heck instead of hydrating it. But there's little 10% taxes all over the place, which help the project run pretty damn well. And it's a different type of economics or tokenomics, what you would call it. You think this has the potential to reach that type of fight? It's like time and like these like $1,000 tokens. Yeah, it's already going up. Like, look, this was in October. It dipped down to like $7, and that was coming off of a peak in July or so of like $60, and it dipped down to $7 in October. And then most recently, you know, it's all of a week ago, it was just $25. So it could dip back down violently. You know, just because of how quickly it's going up. But it is currently sitting at $64. So it's finding, this is a new all-time high that it's at currently. But the beauty of money match gaming and stuff like that, what, you know, we usually give our players the opportunity with is just that you guys aren't, you know, usually we don't really tell our community to buy stuff and blah blah blah. It's like play games or engage with the community, and we'll give you those rewards. And so this is the token that we're rewarding our content creators and our moderators. And you know, we'd like to maybe reward the team eventually, but probably not. I don't know. Well, it depends. But yeah, rewarding people and allowing them to get started in Drip. As a way for them to learn DeFi if you're on like our team or our content creators and stuff like that, because we do think that's a valuable lesson. And Drip is a platform that, you know, yeah, we've seen some success with. But yeah, that's why we're distributing Drip to people, because we've seen success in it. We think it's just going to continue to go up. Or even if and like the crazy thing with Drip is like, you know, on day, what is it, like day 60 or something like that, you like ROI, you meet your return on deposit, you would have like doubled. So not ROI, but you double your amount deposited. You could ROI, I think, in like 90 days or something like that, or 60 or 90 days or whatever the fuck. But it's 90 if you just claim with no price appreciation. But the other side of that is if you compounded, you know, for the majority of 90 days, should you be so lucky to be able to do something like that, you know, you're sustaining through price drops is the crazy thing then. So like if the price were to drop from $64 to $30, but we were compounding, and the price drops from $64 to $30 over the course of 3 months, you know, over the course of 3 months, it drops down and now it's only $30. Well, we would have increased our holdings, our deposit right now would have increased about 2.5 times. So this almost $3,000 would be worth like $7,000 or $8,000, and so we'd be earning around like $7,000 or $8,000 times 1% a day, which would still be and then it decreased by half. So like say it's 8, let's say it's 7,000 divided by half. So it'd still be it'd still be higher. Per day, we'd still be earning more per day, and it would have dropped by 100%, or not 100%, 50% from that amount, from 64 to whatever the heck. But yeah, that's like the power of compounding, is that you can sustain these insane price drops. Now it could go farther down, and obviously we could sustain farther down. Like it would have to dip down. Like we started at earning $5 a day from this deposit. It should be like $6 a day. We're earning like 30. With no price appreciation, we should be earning about $6 a day. But we're earning about 30. So we're about 5x over that. So we needed to go down 500%. We need the price to drop 500% to not be at like, you know, what our return on investment per day would be, is supposed to be. Which is already, that's pretty crazy. Like, did you get that with a token? Like, that's like, you know, and so yeah, it requires you to be active and stuff like that, and compound it if you want to stay through it. But the return for doing so is pretty high. Yeah, this is why I'm gonna make a whole video about Drip, you know, covering it myself and stuff like that. Maybe we'll actually look at the white paper and all that shit. I want to make it into a Hive post. You always gotta say not financial advice, not a financial advisor or anything like that, because this is like any other token, you know. Tokens have their ups, they have their downs. You never know what's going to happen next and stuff like that, whatever. But this has been one that's been around for 9-10 months now. You know, PancakeSwap itself is only that much older than Drip. There's a lot of projects that came out during the height and the drop that didn't survive like this one did, that aren't at a new all-time high second time around. Making, you know, this is one of the few projects that's actually climbing in the market. You know, like truly, look at this thing. Let's look at like Here, I'm gonna go to CoinGecko real quick. So this is the chart of this thing on CoinGecko. The only period of time they have it. But so this is drip up 3% today, up 1.3% on Bitcoin, 3% on BNB. The rest of the market, 7 days is down. The rest of the market is down in the last 7 days. In the last 7 days, the rest of the market is red mostly. Near is up, and I gotta be looking at Near too. I gotta get over there. Most of the market is down though. Avalanche, no, that's Dogecoin. Dogecoin up 2.5% by now. But most of the fucking market is down. That's the point. Drip, last 7 days. Dude, that's just, okay, that's just stupid. I wasn't expecting you to say 107%, but yeah, 107% last 7 days. 4.4 in 24 hours. But drip has just been kind of monstrous. So again, I'm like, could it go back down violently? It could go down. It could go down half though, and that still would leave people up like a few X from what it's done. And at that point, yeah, I don't, yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, I think I've said enough. Enough on drip there. That's probably tons, and you're confused them. Ah. But yeah, the scarcity, all the other stuff that increases the value potentially of drip. The new projects that it's in potentially increase the value of drip. A lot of things are being done to potentially increase the value of drip. You know, the market is the market, but yeah, drip is a pretty beastly coin out there in the market, in my opinion. That's why we're using it. We wouldn't be using it if it wasn't. That's why we got y'all on Hive. We wouldn't be using Hive for one dope. I don't know what Hive is looking like today. Hive, you know, susceptible like any other token. I feel like, you know, it's not as like locked up as like and a lot of Hive is locked up though. That's another thing. Hive, you know, it's not as locked up as Drip. Drip extra locks its tokens like almost in like in a weird type of way. Hive, the tokens are like locked though. Like the vast majority of Hive tokens I feel like are like locked up, like not moving. And so so it was like the more people that use Hive, like it's, I don't know, it's an interesting situation. Hive be interesting, bro. Hive that shit. And Hive is also what a lot of other tokens haven't done. Hive has survived, you know, years. Hive is old now and still surviving and still doing what it's supposed to do. That means it works. But yeah, let me turn this on. Let me start some things and play some games or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Doof.